With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This is fielded at the goal line. And some space here. The 20, 10-foot touchdown, Cowboys. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Hey, set, 380, check back 54, line 54. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing on second down. Brady. He'll get this to Eckler. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Ready, 52, check back. Strong roll.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. On first and 10, it's Sanders. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
It's a second down run with Sanders. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to third and 10.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Watch the twins. Watch the twins.
On third down, Vic. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This a 43-yard attempt. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. On 4th down, Vick. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And too tall Jones. And the Saints will have the football back. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Watch the safety cream. Sugar.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The backup Murray, his first throw. Dancing to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. And, boy, on this drive, it looked like the offense was really moving the football. I mean, they have been moving the football, but now they're in a tough spot. Nice play defensively.
Certainly felt like the defense decided to answer what the offense was doing. Okay, you're doing pretty well there. Guess what? We're going to bring some pressure. See if you can handle that. And they got to him on second down, and that sets up a third and long advantage defense.
And he's got an open man, Clark. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big 30-yard play on third.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out of it, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dallas Clark there to make the grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing now is Brady. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 1:52 to play until halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. They'll run with Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the Saints' 14-yard line.
go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do the...
And he's going to be dropped. 15-yard line. And Too Tall Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Lutz for the field goal try. The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Wait, Sean 80. Sean 80. Ozzy. Ozzy. Right to the end.
Brady now on first down. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, folks, we gave you a glance at the AFC playoff picture. Let's talk NFC playoff picture. Bit of a shakeup because the Niners and the Saints game and then the Seahawks and the Rams. So San Fran back up to the top spot. Then you have the Packers who beat Washington moving up to number 2. The Saints with the loss, try to follow all this. They drop down the spot, but it's a critical one as they lose that first-round bye, and then we're still awaiting resolution on the Cowboys and the Eagles in the NFC East, CD.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy deal because essentially San Francisco and Seattle had kind of been trading back and forth, and after Sunday night's games, San Francisco holds that spot. But remember, those two play Week 17. It could all be decided then. The Saints have already locked down the NFC South. They're trying to get one of those top 2 seeds, as you mentioned. But the race for these wild cards, Minnesota sitting right there holding the number 6 spot. They're a game ahead.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So after the INT, it's Brady. He lets it fly from Lockett. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 36 yards on the play. Brady down to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine cornerback, there to make the play defensively. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Brady going to throw. Escaping the pressure right to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. But now it's 3rd and goal. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Watch 7. Watch 7. Single, single. Single, single.
This will be the final play of the half. Vick, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. Shedding through the defense. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
It's Eckler again. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3.
Wait,
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Come on. Sponge. No. Wait, we hit. Sugar.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Sliding out of the pocket. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, as we hit the home stretch of the regular season, just 3 weeks left. Let's look at the slate for Week 15, some of the more intriguing games. Houston and Tennessee, that's a big one in the AFC South. Rams going to Dallas, Buffalo at Pittsburgh, that's a Sunday night game. And then Charles Davis, he'll be taking his park into the frozen tundra. You've got Chicago at Green Bay this week.
Certainly do, and I'll take a heck of a lot. I will look like Bib the Michelin Man when it's all said and done. I will be bundled filled to the gills. A high of 27 expected at kickoff. But let's face it, how much fun will that be? Another historic Bears-Packers game, and a game where the Bears have to have it, and the Packers trying to hold on to the number 2 seed. Houston at Tennessee, so intriguing. Houston just got jumped on by Denver. But these teams will meet twice in the last 3 weeks. A division title may be at stake. The Rams have to win. Dallas can actually afford a loss and still win their division, which sounds crazy. And Buffalo needs a big victory in order to make that New England game possibly mean a division crown. That's going to be fun when they go to Pittsburgh.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Vick. Steps away to his left. He's got it complete to Clark. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. From the red zone now, Vick. This is caught. Clark. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down. Again, it's Vick. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Vick to the air again. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Vick off the play fake for Sanders. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dallas Clark, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the 2nd half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Get ready.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw is Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. All right, CD, let's take a step back. Look at the AFC playoff picture with just 3 weeks to go. Hard to believe. Essentially, I think it's 7 teams for 6 spots right now. The Ravens are in, looking good for the number 1 seed at 11-2, essentially with a 2-game lead over the 10-3 Pats, who they beat in Week 9. Then what we got? Chiefs in the West leading right now. Texans currently ahead in the AFC South. How about that wild card picture?
Yeah, how about Buffalo? They had a tough loss at home to Baltimore, but boy, they're playing awfully well. And guess what? They go to New England next week. That game could have big ramifications. And the Steelers, how are they 8-5 on their 3rd, maybe essentially 4th quarterback of the year?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Don't get nervous.
On first down, it's Sanders, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do, and right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Another run here with Sanders. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And a cutback right sideline. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try to run with Sanders. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Second down and goal. Vick toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm was just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal. Vick to throw on fourth down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From a yard out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. The Cowboys offense, it'll stay out there as they'll go for 2. Now here's Vick. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevin Byard.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where
Tyler Lockett is complete to Lockett. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tyler Lockett, 75 yards. And the Saints get a bit closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
So what can Brady do here is he'll lead his guys up to go for 2.
5 down, stand up in.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Will Lutz on for the point after. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
What was that? Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5.
We play to win. Let's go.
Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now 1st and 25 after another penalty. Vick with a give to Sanders. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd down.
They'll go again with Sanders. 8 yards there helps, but they're still stuck now. 3rd and long coming up.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Partner, we talked about this at halftime, but I don't think either one of us expected it to continue. Michael Vick has been bottled up in this game. This defense has done a fantastic job of containing his running ability.
It is so rare. They could never contain him back in the day. Remember 2006 when he set the single-season record with over 1,000 rushing yards. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On 1st down, Brady. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
The Saints on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, it's Brady. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. The sack there by J.J. Watt. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. To throw, it's Brady. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes team...
And now here is another interception. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field.
Now a carry for Okoye. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Ash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done, really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So that'll do it for Charles Davis, the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.
I'ma shine now. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like fourth down, Hail Mary, no punch, like every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How fit be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine now. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why I never saw you in the field though? Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, tried to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me One up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up, I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real what's round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today, it ain't my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Know you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and